Hello everyone, I'm Grace. Welcome to my channel, The Blooming Lotus in Paramita. Today we're going to talk about supplications for Buddha to stay in this world. I understand that this is not a familiar topic for us. We never lived with Buddha personally, and Buddha had attained the Nirvana 2,500 years ago. Naturally, it is not easy for us to remember supplication for Buddhas to stay in this world. Bodhisattva Samanapatra said, "Again, O noble-minded men, what is the meant by supplication for Buddhas to stay in this world? The Buddha are infinite in number as the smallest dust motes of 10 directions and 3 periods of the time. Throughout the Dharma realms and cosmic void, and so are the Bodhisattvas, the Patiyaka Buddhas, and the holy learned ones, the partly learned ones, and the well-learned laypersons. When they set their minds on the attainment of the Nirvana, I entreat them all to remain in touch with mankind, instead of entering Nirvana, even to the duration of kalpas of Buddha lands, equal to the smallest dust motes in number, in order to benefit all living beings. Thus, even though the cosmic void has ended, and likewise the states of beings, the karma of the beings, and the sorrows of the beings has an end, yet my pleading to Buddhas is endless. Thought succeeds thought without interruption, and in bodily speech, mental deeds without fearlessness. It is also the sixth great vow of Bodhisattva Samanapatra. There is a story about the Nirvana of Buddha. The Buddha settled down in Vaishali, and he showed his suffering for all beings. The whole body was in pain all over. One day, the Buddha was alone with Ananda, and Buddha told Ananda, "The practitioners practice 4 divine foods, often remembering it and not forgetting it, so they can live in this world as long as they want. Ananda, the Buddha has attained the 4 divine food for a long time. Living freely for more than a kalpa will break the obscurity of this wandering world and benefit all beings." Ananda listened silently and didn't respond. So Buddha kindly repeated the reminder for 3 times. But the Ananda was shielded by heavenly demons, and his mind was in the dark, unable to understand the deep meaning of Buddha. And he never grasped the cause of the supplication for Buddha to stay in this world. Knowing that, Buddha told Ananda that it is late now, you may leave. The Ananda just respectfully bowed down to the world-honored one, then left. Soon after, the devil came to the Buddha. He said, "May I ask if the Buddha didn't want to enter the Nirvana?" The Buddha told the devil, "Do not worry. I know when should I step into the Nirvana. It is not good timing." Then the demon said, "Before I came and asked you to step into your Nirvana immediately, you said it is not good timing. You have to wait until the 4 kinds of disciplines get enlightenment and the Sangha group established and the Dharma spirit to the world. You can see now you almost attained every target you've set before. Why don't you just go to Nirvana now?" Buddha said, "Don't say it again." Papia, the Buddha knows his time in Saha world has been exhausted and will not live here for a long time. After 3 months, I will be Nirvana between the two Sora robust trees in the city of Kushinaga. Getting Buddha's reply, the demon just laughed. Do you feel sad after hearing this story and feel sorry for Ananda not asking Buddha to stay with us in this world? So why, if there's no one to plead Buddha to stay in this world with us, Buddha have to promise devil to enter the Nirvana as soon as possible? Isn't Buddha has infinite compassion? Why can't he just stay here as long as he wants to help us and all beings? So at this point, we have to talk about the theory of call and response. When we call, we may able to get response. It is common sense, right? In Buddhism, call and respond is a communication of Tao, which means that all beings call could get response from Buddha. The relationship between Buddha and sentient beings is like the connections between the mother and the children. This is neither due to the self-reliance of sentient beings nor the education from Buddha, but due to the destiny. The strengths of the Buddha can naturally correspond to it. So everyone knows that this call is very important. That is, we sincerely call and recite to Buddha from the heart, and then the Buddha can respond. In fact, this is the essence of Dharma practice. Do not pursue anything externally, but change this world by changing your mind and behavior. Just like the story in the flower sermon, when Buddha revealed such a delicate Dharma gate for us, it was because of the pleading of great Brahma king. Regarding Buddha staying in this world with us, of course, we need to plead. Do not take it for granted. Although we have read the Sutra of Buddha Amitabha many times, I know that in that golden world, there will be no afflictions and no evil realms. It's still very difficult for us to imagine the wonderfulness of Buddha. There is a story in the biography of Buddha Shakyamuni. A serial killer whose name is Angulimala killed almost 100 people. The last target was his mother. At this moment, Buddha showed up, stopped him, and taught him real Dharma. At that moment, he just put down his killing tool and attained the Arahant fruit. Will you aim for this kind of encounter in your life? Although energy and influence of Buddha are immortal in this world, the Buddha's Nirvana actually creates great impact on everyone. We have never heard any serial killer in current time attained Arahant fruit by meeting someone, right? The world where Buddha is absent has changed the existence of time and space. In the Sutra of Total Annihilation of Dharma, Buddha said, after my Nirvana, as the Dharma comes to an end, the way of Dharma will thrive in this world of 5 tapides. Maras will appear as Sramana so as to undermine and destroy my way. They will wear lay clothes and delight in monk's robe with mixture of 5 colors to satisfy their ravenous appetites. They will drink alcohols, eat fleshes, and kill sentient beings. Devoid of loving kindness, they will hate and envy others. At that time, there will be Bodhisattvas, Patayaka Buddhas, and Arahants, who cultivate virtue and treat all with respect. Esteemed by all, they will teach and transform others. Impartially, they will pity the poor and old and help the needy and unfortunate. They will teach others to reveal and uphold the sutra and the holy images, kind and benevolent in nature. They will do kind karmas, never harming others. They will disregard any harm to themselves in order to help others. Kind and friendly, they will endure abuse, not protecting themselves. Although there will be such good people, all bad bhikkhus will be jealous of them. They will slander, malign, and banish them. Afterwards, individual and as group, the bad bhikkhu will not cultivate virtue. Temples will be destroyed, falling into disrepair, them into ruins. Greedy for material wealth, they will accumulate things, not using them to obtain merit. Devoid of loving kindness, they will burn mountain forests, harming sentient beings. Male slaves will become bhikkhus, and female slaves will become bhikkhunis. Devoid of morality, they will engage in sexual debauchery and perversion. Whether with men or women, such people will cause my teaching to fade away. Some of them will seek sanctuary in order to escape from the persecution of the law. They will become Brahmins, but will not observe the precepts or any regulations, although they will sometimes, in appearance, recite the sutra and precepts on new moon and full moon days. They will be reluctant and indolent, not wanting to hear the recitation. They will omit some precepts, not wanting to recite all of them. They will not recite or study the sutras. If there are some people who do not understand the words from the sutras, they will claim that they know it. They will not consult the learned ones, but will instead seek fame for themselves, for self-evaluation. They will glorify themselves with fake, elegant ways, expecting offering from all beings. Somehow I feel this is a true picture from our society. Do you feel sad? Do you want Buddha to live with us? Then we don't have to see all those masks. The advent and enlightenment of the Buddha is the beginning of the rise and the prosperity of Buddhism Dharma. The Nirvana of the Buddha is actually the beginning of the declining of the Dharma. The earth we are living in is like a jungle, and we have to obey the jungle rule without Dharma. When Buddha was alive, there were still many powers which threatened the Buddha and Buddha's teachings. The Buddha had supreme wisdom so that all beings can hear Dharma from Buddha or his disciplines. Buddha's nirvana is partly because of the pleading of the devil. Of course, the devil knows after Buddha's nirvana, he and his subjects will become more and more influential, while all beings' opportunity of hearing and learning real Dharma and insisting on spiritual practice will become less and less. It is the sorrow of this era and the fact that we have to realize it. It is precisely because the Buddha has attained the Nirvana. We don't have anyone, like any living guide as lighthouse besides us. We must remember the Buddha's teaching before his Nirvana. Take precepts as our teacher. Do not indulge. Thank you so much for your listening. I'm Grace. If you like my channel, you can subscribe it and give me a like. I see you next week. Bye.